Hey everybody, another service call. Got a Von Duprin crash bar. It's got one of these old potted circuit breakers. It's definitely the old style. The new one has kind of like a clear gummy on it. Solenoid, block power going through a transfer hinge. Most likely power supply went out. I'm not getting any voltage here. I'm gonna go over to the power supply, check the output on that, and see what's going on over there. Most likely power supply needs to be replaced. You know, with these crash bars, there aren't a whole lot of components that are responsible for a malfunction. Sometimes it's the solenoid, sometimes it's this potted circuit breaker, which is kind of pricey. Sometimes it's the power supply. I notice on these transfer hinges, when the wire does break, it's usually in here. Over time, this thing opening and closing break those wires. And then the other thing you got to make sure of is, I know in California, I believe it's California, you got to make sure there's no resistance on this thing. They say you should be able to open it with your pinky, requiring less than 5 pounds of pressure to open the door. You cannot have these things binding, otherwise the solenoid can't overcome that. Yeah, this guy actually, it's nice and easy. You could push it and it is not binding on anything, so we know it's either got to be the solenoid, potted circuit breaker, or the power supply. Wire looks good back to the power supply, so we'll start there. Okay, we're at the power supply. Lighting's real bad up here. I don't know what you'll be able to see. It's a Von Duprin PS873. This is the older model. Problem number one was, sorry about the lighting. So on this module right here, I check voltage. This is the input from the card access system, and then this is the voltage across one of the outputs, and then this is the voltage across the other output. I was getting 24 on one and nothing on the other. I don't know if you can see it, but back in there is a little jumper for 1-door and 2-door operation. It was set for 1-door operation, changed it to 2-door operation, and now I'm getting 24 volts. Let's see if I can get this like this. You know, when I check the voltage across this guy, 24, and I check the voltage across this guy, 24. But I just checked the crash bar on that second door. Latch is still not retracting, so I'm gonna go back to the door, see what's going on there. So I checked out everything over here, and the wiring from the transfer hinge, on both sides of the transfer hinge to the crash bar looks fine. And somewhere in this guy is the disconnect on the wire. So what I'm gonna do is close out this work order. I'm gonna touch base with the POC that we're subcontracted under, let them know what's going on, see how they want to proceed. But we might have to get the door guys out here, pull apart some of this frame. Customer is not high and dry because they have one door that's working, but somewhere in this guy, you know, is our disconnect, and you know, we are limited to 2 hours on these service calls, so I don't have time to dig into this. But with those older power supplies, they do go bad. I'm pretty sure the solenoid in this guy is brand new because that jumper was set to single door. I don't think this potted circuit breaker or the solenoid's been used, so I bet they're good to go. Wiring looks good up to this point, and just somewhere in here is where we lose that wire. So have any questions, comments, hit me up below. Thanks for watching.